Hi, this is Faith in Literacy, and welcome to TikTok's High School Homeschooling Conference. If you want more information about the wonderful presenters during this week of conference and the schedule, make sure you check out at Erica John's How to Homeschool. Now, before I get started with my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Faith in Literacy, and I'm an educator with over 25 years of experience in the field of education. I have worked with students from preschool all the way through adult, and I will be presenting 3 sessions in this conference this week. The first session, which is right now, is entitled GED Success, Your Roadmap as a High Schooler or a Young Adult. Now, if you are a homeschooling family with a high schooler or a young adult looking for those next steps, I want to start out with a massive mind shift. The GED is not a backup plan, and it is not a consolation prize for not finishing or dropping out of high school. The GED is a strategic, respected launchpad, and it is a credential that is accepted by 98% of colleges, universities, and employers worldwide. That's right, 98% accepted. So whether your goal is college, a trade, entrepreneurship, or the military, this path can get you there faster and on your own terms. But to win, you need a map. And today in this session, I'm going to be breaking down step by step that roadmap to navigate this journey for you with confidence. And it's going to save you months of wasted time. So let's map it out. We're going to first start with demystifying the test. That's right. Step 1 of this roadmap is knowing your terrain. Fear comes from the unknown. So let's take the mystery out of the GED, or the General Educational Development Test. It is not one massive, terrifying test. In fact, it is 4 separate subtests. First is mathematical reasoning. It's 115 minutes, and it focuses heavily on algebraic thinking, basic geometry, and quantitative problem solving. But don't panic. For most of the test, you are going to get an on-screen calculator. Test 2, Reasoning through Language Arts, or RLA. This is 150 minutes. It tests your reading comprehension, ability to follow an argument, and it includes an extensive response, or an essay section. Test 3, it's science, and it is 90 minutes. It covers life science, physical science, and earth science. And test 4 is social studies. It's 70 minutes. It covers civics, government, U.S. history, and economics. Now, here is the ultimate insider secret that changes everything for homeschooling families. The secret is critical thinking. That's right. The GED does not test raw memorization. It tests critical thinking and logic. While it is great to come with background knowledge, you don't need to memorize an exact year of a historical battle, for example. The test is going to give you a passage or a chart about that battle, and it's going to ask you to analyze the data. And if you can read critically and analyze information, you're already halfway to passing. Step 2 in the roadmap, find out exactly where you stand now. Before you commit yourself to study workbooks and courses, which of course is session 2 and session 3 that I'll be discussing later on today, your very first action should be going to the official website. And you want to take the GED Ready practice tests. Now, these are the only official practice tests. They're half the length of the actual test, and they cost about $6 each. They are incredibly accurate. They can tell you exactly what your score would be if you took the real test today. Now, once you get your GED Ready scores, they are going to give you a personalized study plan, and it's going to tell you exactly what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Now, for homeschooling parents, this is a goldmine. You don't need to teach a whole year of high school math, for example. If the report says that your child only needs help with linear equations and fractions, for example, you can target only those things. Now, you're going to build a study routine that fits into your lifestyle, but consistency beats cramming every single time. 30 to 60 minutes of targeted and focused study 4 times a week is vastly superior to a miserable 4-hour session on a Saturday. You want to protect your energy and protect your routine. Step 3 on the roadmap is then booking the test. One of the biggest mistakes that young adults make is waiting until they feel 100% ready. Spoiler alert, you will never feel perfectly ready. So when your GED Ready practice test hits that green zone, that means you scored 145 or higher. You're ready. Book that test immediately because momentum is going to be your best friend. Now, you'll have 2 options for test day: in person at an official testing center or online proctored at home. Now, taking the high school equivalency test or GED test may differ in different states. So make sure you find out specifically what the rules and regulations are for your state. Now, high schooling families love the convenience of online option, but you have to be aware of the rules. The online test requires totally private room, a pristine workplace, and a clear webcam and strict monitoring. So if a sibling walks into the room, guess what? That test is canceled. So if your home is busy, booking an official testing center can be the best choice and the less stressful choice. You walk in, you take the test in a quiet room, and you walk out. And also remember this, you do not have to take all 4 tests at once. Spread them out. Take math one week, the next month language arts, and so on. Treat each subtest like its own individual mountain to climb, and then celebrate every single pass. And the final step of your roadmap is looking past the test. What happens when you hold that credential in your hand? If your goal is college, check the state guidelines. But in most cases, your child will be able to apply using their official GED transcript. Homeschooling allows us to think outside the box, and the GED is an incredible streamlined path for high schoolers and young adults to accelerate their journey. You have the map now. All you need is to take that first step.